Hello fellow cultivators, welcome to a new series of Let's Play Tale of Immortal. As you know, we already have one Chaos playthrough in my channel, but I want to make a new one, and this is my new character, and I do believe this game have a lot of potential to let you play different many times because of the sandbox nature. So, selfless, caring, faithful, I just chose this. And the main point of this character, I want to make it different from my previous one. So I chose faithful because I want to be faithful to spouse, and also because of that, I chose the true love destiny. It is very useless destiny from a min-max point of view, but for roleplay, why not? I mean, I want to have a partner, and I want to bring up the partner. And also, I want to make a wood character. This is why I have chosen this new outfit, which you coming from finish the game in one of the endings, and which grants you this verdant quills. Basically, you replace one of your skills with a new one. And for the third trait, I just chose Torture Genius because it gives me insight. Insight is important. And yeah, that's basically everything about this character. And I want to make few rules for this character. Like, I want to make it a wood playthrough. So apart from this new skill, Word and Quills, but I will also make it more like a summon builds because that's very different from my previous one. And also, I will not become a sect leader until like late game. So I will try to play it normally, play it slow, and just play it as a standard true disciple and joining all the sects. And I will try not to skip any quests, adventures, stuff into the game. So without further ado, let's start the game. So yes, my name is Joida, and I have a childhood sweetheart that I never part with, and hopefully we will enter this cultivation world together and progress together. Spoiler alert, I won't. I will progress by myself first and try to bring him up like a baby, babysit him, and hopefully he won't be too much a drag for me. And I was a genius, as usual. I was a wireless genius. And one day I entered this mountain in this bamboo forest and I met this strange old man. I guess his name is Zhang-san.
你来了，你可以称这里为鬼谷，你可以称老夫为张三。这盘棋已经下了3000年了，没有开始，也永远不会结束。你亦可以称之为八荒山海图。问得好，问得好。你是谁？你来自哪里？你要去哪里？啊，小友，不如我们先手谈一盘如何？我可以让你一子。
So here, of course, I can choose gourd again, but since my previous playthrough I already have the gourd, so I won't choose it. Similarly, Isle of Providence, no as well. So I will choose the most useless artifact for a normal playthrough, Bagua Jade. I'm not trying to do a speed run, so this is not the best choice at all.
天元山，到天元山来。我会一直在天元山中等你。
So the old man Zhangsan disappeared, and we are left with only the gold board. We need to find Tianyuan Mountain, even though we don't know where it is. Oh well, both of them seem to be stricken down by the dragon. So now let's help both of them. So first, Kwangde, this person, he is a disciple from the Zhenyang sect, Yongning branch. And by saving him, we get a recommendation letter to enter that sect, which is quite nice. And similarly, let's save this woman as well. She is from the Qingluan sect Yongning branch, and similarly, we get a recommendation letter from her as well. We actually don't really need both recommendation letters to enter the sect, but it's better to have them. And while we start, let's skip this quest line. Ahem. So while we just entered the Xingdatang Yugong village, a mystery man Joe just appears and gives us everything and tells us, yo, 30 years ago, some cultivator already opened this village from outside. So you seem to be new here, but hey, there's nothing new you can do. Here's your reward and just go adventure. So that's what happened. And we can take a look at the map while we are at it. So we already knew where are the two sects is. We can choose one to enter. We can also enter other sects, but it's just more convenient since you already knew where these two sects are on the map. And also, where's my partner? So here it is. So he basically just entered this world as well. We could go to look for him, but as I said, it's okay. First enter the tavern and ask for some questions from the tavern owner. For example, how do I earn spirit stones? And he actually gave us correct answer, by selling stuff from killing monsters, by getting your salary from your sect, and finally by doing some quest from the bounty board of each town. And he also gave us a small quest to rescue the young mistress Cai from the Xintian fort. And it's just a beat bandits, it's not a problem. So let's go. But before that, we could also ask some other questions, like how to use charm. And here he tells us that some cultivator in Yunmo region made a breakthrough in talisman. Like, where is even Yunmo? Like, I have no idea where is that. And it's strange that they actually gave you this information this early into the game. But hey, if you have many questions later on, you could also ask Taiwan owner. He is quite helpful. And before we actually do the quest, we could first cultivate here, so that we can gain some experience. And now we are in bottleneck. And now we need something to break through, for example, appeal. But just walk one step. Mystery Man Joe will appear again and tells us, hey, I have a spirit appeal that will sell you. It only costs 400 spirit stones. So this is the only time in the game he's not a scammer. So basically everywhere else, you buy things from him, it will be more expensive. But here, if you're playing Chaos, it's actually cheaper. So 400 from him is actually 150 from the town. That's where he uses this pill and breaks through to Chi Refining middle stage. We can also start learning some skills. And do you know that you can actually preview the skills like this? So by doing this, you can see how the skill actually works. Projectiles, does you click, what is the cooldown, etc. But yeah, and to the learning, let's first select on show. So basically, it's a small mini game that we have to click left mouse key or right mouse key for the blue or right button. Both, sorry. And it's quite simple. And notice that the probability to have good, so the blue balls, is actually based on your insight. And here, because we are in Chi refining, so it usually just takes one go if you have high insight to learn the manual. But later on, usually takes at least 2 goes, no matter how high your insight is. And don't forget to equip this new skill. And notice that every time we learn the skill, we will drop 5 mood as well. That can become important later on. So we also learned the new special skill, and now we have already passed 1 month because each time we learn a skill, it takes 15 days. So learning 2 skills naturally took us 1 month. Now we have to pass a month, and usually passing a month, especially in later game, it takes a long time because once you know more NPCs, they will come to bother you all the time. So right now we don't know anyone. It's nice that there's no one coming to bother us. But hey, and to be honest, we know our partner and he didn't even come. That's not good, but okay. We didn't go to look for him neither. And we entered Xintian Fort. Let's try to negotiate first. Already gone, you say? Sword Shadow. That's an interesting name. But, I don't believe you. The battle for this game is actually quite simple. You press down your left mouse button to use your martial or spiritual skill, and usually that is quite enough, especially in early game. And this what happening, the giant Chinese character pop up on my head. That's because I have gained enough experience by using this skill itself to unlock some sub-skills. So each skill will have the main thing and quite a few sub-skills below it. And the experience of a skill can be increased by using it, but also directly by using a learning function. And the more sub-skill you unlock, obviously it becomes more powerful, and especially in later game, many builds you need the sub-skill to work. So that is quite important. Especially later game, you cannot that gain experience that easily just by doing battles like this. So instead, you will have to learn it. And by the way, I just used my special skill, and it's to summon this little flower. Looks pretty cute, isn't it? And here we start a boss, and we can of course using our two skills. And a summon is very nice because it can be used to attract the boss attention. Not only the boss, but the mobs as well. As you can see, myself can safely doing damage somewhere else, while I'm using my little flower to attract the boss's attention. And yes, the first battle is always very easy, and we finished it easily. Here you can see that both of my skills have upgraded. That means I've unlocked quite a few sub-skills. And once we finish this battle, we get something from the bandits. Well, didn't know that you are still a filial son. Okay. And okay, I will not read it. So, 5 virtues, you say. Let's bury them. And we should give all the 800, even more than the 500 they gave us, to the old mother. So it's funny that we take this quest because we want to earn spirit stones, and in the end we probably lost some. And now let's go to the Yongling region. So before we come to check that out, we can directly come to see what is this sect about. So Zhengyang sect is from that guy Kuang De, right? And it does not have wood martial art that I wanted. So I might not choose to join this sect. Even though I could, because my fire is already above 16, and I have higher sect affinity as well. So even without this recommendation letter, I can still try to apply. And before we leave, let's look at what is this Tiger Soul Dragon Soul, Tiger Spirit Dragon Soul. That is actually a very good one. And you can see that we could use this, just pay money, and the sect affinity will affect how much price we pay in this to cultivate. But if we are cultivating our own sect, it's just much cheaper. So now let's go to see what are other towns in this place. Here is interesting, there are some holy spring. Let's go towards it. And let's check out the stone table. Apparently we are too stupid to understand anything. That is that. If we are a bit smarter, we might get some blade menu out of it. So At the end of the month, NPCs can come up to chat with you, or to spar, to debate with you, and all of these were supposed to happen in the month you passed. It's only that the game only calculates NPC behavior at the end of the month. That's why you feel everything is coming up at the end of the month, but in, let's say, in lore, all these things should happening during that month. And yeah, this person tried to spar with us, and he's foundation. Obviously, we are going to lose against him. But I will still going to take this spar, and we are going to lose to him. I mean, I'm not even trying to do anything here. The stats difference is just too big. Especially in early game, there's no way we can conquer this stats difference. And the main reason is, even though we lost, we still gain the important things out of spar: the knowledge, the affinity, and the Taoist mind dedication. So passing this month, we see a little girl called Sunny is asking for help. And she's claiming that someone is chasing her and their brothers. And to be honest, this is a little bit suspicious. I feel like this might not be of our interest to actually do anything. But hey, she just vanished. And now we get a motion skill from her. That's actually quite useful. So, as I mentioned before, I will leave it be for now, because it's a bit too suspicious to me. And we can check out where other towns are by using this sign, which is quite useful because once you know where the towns are, later on you can directly teleport to them. So it's always nice to know where the towns, where the sects are in the region. And before we actually learn the skill, we can also see this. So knowledge is quite useful. We can convert knowledge into skill points. And when we need to learn those mind skills, you need to cost skill points. So also, when you press J and click on this flower, you can see your Taoist mind. So here there is 2 rings. The first ring here, it shows that you can go through 3 stages. And this will increase when you do spar, and debate, etc. So this is why accepting spars and stuff is pretty good as well. But there's also a second ring here, say seed condensation, and that is naturally grows by month. Also, there are several things about the Taoist mind that many people do not know, but you can take a look at those things. For example, everything you need to know is more or less told by the game if you put your mouse onto this question mark. And also here it shows what kind of rare destinies you are be able to acquire with the Nameless Tao mind. So by coming to town, we have met this Thai girl again. We'll give her the hairpin and the debit's letter, and then she just left without saying anything. Okay. And then we can also ask more information from the tavern owner. Actually, all the information you need about breakthrough can be get from there. For example, here he explains you there are 3 different types of breakthrough to foundation, and each of them requires different things. You can also find those information if you press J and then just look at the 3 different buttons. And here, how do you get the 6 cheese? He tells you can find those shards or cheese in those 6 different special locations. And also, there are some small adventures which might give you as well. And here we can also asking them, what about land of spirits? Since they said to reach those foundation heaven, we need the orange materials from land of spirits. And this is the case that he actually tells you where they are then, the land of spirits, some at a certain place of a town. So yeah, he is very helpful. And here we continue to ask them something about charms. Again, I don't know why they put these things so early into the game because, you can't really do any talisman quest before you reach Huafeng. And to be honest, this is quite important. He does tell you some NPC can have charms. You need to be aware of them. So now we might want to know more locations. So first thing first, let's try to look at what's happening. And here, this small event can appear if you just try to enter and coming out and enter and coming out the shop. Do some window shopping. And while you are doing window shopping, this Earth Immortal might think, oh, this woman is too poor. So now very nicely he gave us some more spirit stones. And now we can buy a flying sword as our mount, which is quite important. But also, we want to buy one thing, it's called Psychic Charm. So Psychic Charm is the best thing you can do, and many new players do not know that you can use them to reveal special locations around you. So usually it takes a few tries at different locations. For example, I'm using it right now. So it reveals quite a few, like Land of Arcane, Land of Spirits, and the Drunkflower Forest. All of these are around our location. That is about this region. That's why you need, to use it at 3 or 4 different locations to reveal all the spatial locations in the Yongling region. And it is actually quite convenient comparing to you looking for it by yourself. So we have learned this new motion skill, and we can equip the ring and the mount. I just forgot to equip them, which is my fault. And we still have this unknown charm with us. Anyway, now let's try to teleport to this. Hey, what's going on? We need 10 sect affinity. Didn't I just say one of your disciples? This is quite strange. Maybe something happened to that person again, so we lost all the affinities. So now we need to find someone who is from their sect, for example this woman, and chat with them to improve our affinity a bit more. It's better to do this with higher positions, and also we can take some quests while we are at it. Apparently, the bounty system in this game have a thing that once you take a quest, they already mark the criminal, and this will allow you to teleport to their location if they are at a town. And after all the towns in this world are connected by the bounty system. This might be proven very useful in the future. And now we still do not have enough affinity with that sect. And yeah, in order to get the 10 affinity, just chatting with their initiate or disciple is not enough. It's better to have more relations with their elders, grand elders, etc. Or if we can manage to have, know more people, getting a little bit more affinity with them, like what I'm trying to do right now, it might proven useful as well. And it's hard to find people from that sect. Hey, what about you? Qingluan sect, right? You hate me. Well, this happens. Not everyone likes you, just like in real life. So, I guess we have to skip the months right now. And this NPC likes us, want to chat with us, which is good. But I want someone who is from Qingluan sect. And this NPC, interesting. He is Grand Elder of Zhenyang sect. Oh, but I can't join you. You don't have food. And sure, usually you can look at their righteous demonic, but usually just agree with them will bring up their affinity. It will change a little bit your righteous and demonic thing as well. Just be careful. And here we heard that Koto has appeared, and also a GD-weighted alchemist has appeared. But also our Jade charms start to shine, and this is quite important. So, by doing all the actions we have done before, we are proven that we can have the 5 different virtues and deserve something. So yeah, we get an orange leveled spiritual skill. Sometimes it also gives you another skill as well. And we can directly learn this skill, which is quite useful. So don't forget that you can also check out all these messages in the top left message board. They can be proven very useful in the future when you need to know what happened. And now let's continue to chat with people from that sect so to get more sect affinity. But I think we might be already enough. And this person, hey, chi condensation. Well, let's see. Okay, we are already enough sect affinity to directly teleport there. And now we can enter this sect and try to see, hey, they have wood. That's great. So even though it is a demonic sect, and I am more like a righteous person, but it doesn't really matter. We are still going to join the sect. It matters nothing, to be honest. So yeah, and what about the sect destiny? Co-divine light. That is actually a very good one as well. So let's apply for this sect, and we will need to wait for till next month. So now we are still outsider, but we can roam around a bit, wait for the next month to happen. So yeah, I think that will be everything for the first episode. I might continue this series depending on what kind of response do I receive on the YouTube, and hope you guys like it. I know there are a lot of things which are very basic, but I talking, but I hope new players can also gain something from this series. So that will be everything. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.